Good morning, XRP community, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have an important update because while the market has gone through heavy liquidations in the last 24 hours, XRP whales have been quietly accumulating. In fact, on-chain data confirms that more than 30 million XRP were purchased by whales during the latest sell-off. This is the perfect example of how markets work. While retail traders panic and sell into weakness, large investors see opportunity, step in, and buy in size. Let's take a closer look at the market. XRP is trading around $2.87 today, up about 2% after bouncing from lows near $2.70 yesterday. Ethereum is holding near $4,200. Bitcoin is steady at $112,000, and Avalanche has surprised with a strong 14% gain. For XRP, the bleeding has stopped for now, and we're seeing signs of recovery. Technical indicators show that the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, which had fallen as low as 19 during oversold conditions, has now recovered into the 40s. This is a significant bounce, suggesting that buyers are returning and selling pressure has eased. If you joined yesterday's panic, you likely saw XRP dip into the $2.70 zone, which we identified as a key support area. From there, we bounced strongly, and now at $2.87, those who were able to buy the dip are already in profit. That's why market corrections should always be seen as opportunities. Whales clearly saw it that way because they accumulated 30 million XRP while smaller traders were exiting. Looking ahead, there are a few key price levels to watch. The first is $2.78, which has become a critical support zone. As long as XRP holds above this level, the path is open for recovery. The next target is psychological resistance at $3, which we need to reclaim and hold. Once XRP is comfortably above $3, the short-term target becomes $3.60, a level that could be reached in the coming weeks if momentum builds. Breaking above $3.60 would mark the beginning of a much larger bullish structure. It's important to note that September has historically been a weak month for XRP and for crypto in general, often marked by corrections of 10 to 25%. The fact that XRP is holding near $3 despite broader liquidations is a sign of resilience. And with just a week left before the month closes, this relative strength could position XRP for a stronger October, which is historically one of the most bullish months for the crypto market. Of course, we cannot ignore Bitcoin. At $112,000, Bitcoin is in neutral territory, but its movements still dominate the market. If Bitcoin suffers a deeper correction, it could drag XRP and the rest of the altcoins lower, even if XRP is showing strength on its own. For now, however, Bitcoin remains steady, and XRP is showing signs of partial decoupling as it recovers while Bitcoin holds flat. Adding to the drama, market commentator Jim Cramer has once again voiced his opinion, calling for a pause in what he called the endless crypto rally. Historically, whenever Cramer dismisses crypto, the opposite tends to happen. His comments have often been followed by bullish moves, so many investors take his words as a contrarian signal. If that pattern continues, we could be preparing for another rally rather than a pause. The data supports that idea, with RSI recovering from deeply oversold levels, with whale accumulation hitting 30 million tokens in just one day, and with retail still fearful. Conditions are forming for the next leg up. It's always in these moments, when sentiment is uncertain and prices look weak, that the biggest opportunities arise. Whales understand this, which is why they were buyers while everyone else was panicking. In the bigger picture, XRP's fundamentals remain strong. With ETFs launching in the US, growing adoption by banks like Santander, and Ripple's expanding role in global payments, the case for long-term growth remains intact. Short-term volatility is natural, but each dip is proving to be a chance for accumulation. The next key step is reclaiming $3, holding it as support, and then aiming for $3.60 as the next upside target. So as we close out September, remember that whale activity often tells the real story. If whales are buying tens of millions of XRP, it means they see value where others see fear. Follow the smart money, focus on the long term, and prepare for what could be a very interesting final quarter of the year. Stay tuned, because the next few weeks could mark the beginning of a powerful new trend for XRP.